Alright, and we are back at it with Martha's Dead. I believe I'm heading towards the lake to go talk to the white lady. If I can find my way there. It's a little less spooky during the daytime. What the fuck's good with the flies? Is there a dead body near me?
German soldiers. Daddy ordered patrols to be carried out near the house, but how could they have lost a helmet? God only knows.
Alright, where are these flies? Maybe it was just because of the helmet. That loops back around. Oh! Okay.
What is going on?
The war has reached my
What
doorstep.
are soldiers doing? It's dangerous, I know, but I want to follow them and see what's happening.
We're gonna watch them massacre people. Oh! So I gotta go in the fog. They took his legs right off?
Oh God, please no.
Oh, it's Lappa.
My dear friend. What have they done to you?
Wow, he got fucked up. His hand is wrecked.
Your handkerchief was the symbol of what you believed in. At least that is left of you.
Is that the same red cloth? We're gonna use it as a scarf?
Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself.
They just shot me?
Du hast ein Mädchen erschossen, du Idiot.
Scheiße, Scheiße, Scheiße. Was machen wir jetzt? Sieh mal, was sie um ihren Hals hat. Sie ist eine von ihnen. Es musste getan werden.
Sie ist die Tochter von General Erich K., du verdammter Trottel. Sie war die Freundin von diesem armen Kerl. Oh, verdammt, jetzt sind wir wirklich am Arsch.
Scheiße. Lass uns abhauen.
Wow.
Aber sie lebt noch.
Sie liegt im Sterben. Siehst du, wo du sie getroffen hast? Sie ist bestimmt schon tot. Wir müssen jetzt abhauen, sonst sind wir auch bald tot.
I'm dying, I thought. But strangely enough, I wasn't afraid. In fact, I was almost relieved. When I returned, I found myself once again in the midst of a bad dream.
Great.
One whose meaning I did not understand at the time.
Are you serious? It's raining blood. And I'm putting her face back on. But why is she kissing Lapo?
Two sisters were destined to die. Julia, the first sister, and Martha, the second. On Julia's day of departing, identical twins stood before me, impossible to tell apart. They questioned my presence, since they were still so young. Julia must come with I demanded. But they both claimed to be Martha. I explained that Martha's fate was soon to be the same, and their games were useless. I didn't have time for it. The war was keeping me busy. But they didn't concede, and instead kept insisting.
So Martha would have died no matter what, probably in the same
No,
way.
Impossible. Are you sure Martha will die too?
Or
Nothing is certain in wartime. What if the wrong person went with you? Then you would have cheated death. One would die unjustly, and the other would simply be delaying her fate. They discussed amongst themselves, then hugged before one of them came forward. She stared in a determined, almost threatening manner. I guessed it was Martha sacrificing herself, giving more time to her sister. But I stayed silent, not to reveal their failed deception. No one lies to the face of their own death. So I asked how their choice was reached. We drew lots by throwing a medallion, she said quietly. They had trusted in fate. Oh, how naive they were. They knew fate plays by its own rules, which is true, but it is also my ally. Fate never would have allowed the wrong girl to follow me. In that case, my work was done. She must have been Julia. However, little to my knowledge at the time, that blasted medallion had the same name engraved on both sides. Martha's. So, my first assumption was correct. They were too damn smart, and had fooled both fate and me. One thing is for sure. I'll put things back where they belong. I will correct my ignorance and give fate back its blindfold.
that was pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like Harry Potter and the Hollows.
Ugh. Damn, this hurts so bad.
I'm alive.
I can hardly breathe.
And I left my bloody shirt. Or something bloody. Great. Now death is after me. The burial. 4 days after Martha's death.
The ceremony is today, so I need a suitable dress. I would like to spend a moment with my sister, just me and her alone, before people arrive for the funeral and then take her away. No, my bag is not here. My diary. Aleppo's letter.
Not good. I can't open the door.
How is she? How is my daughter? Please, doctor. Please give me good news.
It's a miracle she's alive, Eric, but she will be all right. The bullet passed right by her heart and exited her chest. Unbelievably, it missed her lungs, spine, and heart. She could have been paralyzed or died, but thankfully, she's fine. I examined her thoroughly. She didn't even lose that much blood. She was lucky. And you were lucky, so to speak.
She was lucky that my wife went for a walk in the woods.
Otherwise, she would have bled to death, yes.
I don't know what to say. All of this. It's too much. So much death and suffering. Nothing more.
Don't worry, Eric. She's young, so she'll recover quickly. I'll be here all day anyway.
Thank you, Doctor, for everything. Do you mind coming with me to pick my wife up from the cemetery? The funeral will start soon in the chapel.
Of course not. Lead the way.
You know, with all of these preparations for the funeral, Irina wants everything to be perfect. It's her way of coping, so she doesn't have to think about everything going on. She is a woman who has suffered so much. Maybe too much.
This guy's got a beautiful home.
There's my bag. Thank God.
I was just going to the bathroom. That was convenient.
Let's hope Lapo's letter is in there. Dear Julia, are you surprised that I've addressed this to you and don't think you're dead? Everyone calls you Martha now, right? I know you too well. I can never understand why no one else can ever tell you apart. Not even your own mother and father. Martha is gone, and I cannot reconcile myself to that fact. I have to stay hidden, and sadly I can't run to you, even if I would love nothing more than to hold you tight and cry together. No words. I just want to be close to you. Can we meet in the barn tonight? I will try my best to be there around midnight. Don't be alarmed, but if things get ugly, please remember this number.
6934.
He knew he was in serious danger, but what about the letter? I had it in my hand when the soldiers ran off. Mummy found me, and if she's read it, well, she hates Lapo, and now she must know who I am. No, she probably would have left me there to die. She'd rather have no daughter than the wrong one. Before I passed out, I must have put it back in my bag. There is no other explanation.
I'm definitely pregnant. I wasn't able to see that before. How does she not see that? Maybe it's the dress? Before I couldn't see over her boobs. Now I can see her everything.
Violence against citizens continues in La Roma, and once again General K's family has come under fire. Now it is the life of her sister, Martha, that is in danger. The blow from the gunshot in her back could have killed her. It is only by the grace of God that the girl is alive. The anti-fascist political motive appears to be the only reason behind the cowardly act. The New Zealand troops are advancing slowly. After the Battle of Port Gibbonsi, on the 18th, they are still far from the
I already forgot that
they
number.
found in Pisa.
3969.
The German resistance on the Tuscan hills has been exhausting for the invaders.
6934.
General Edict K. New rules on...
Okay. I'll take the... Can I take the phone?
When it's not too sunny outside, the 200 ISO film works well.
Okay. It's changed a little bit. Still terrible. I need that pink key.
She leaves them everywhere. I think she's having too many and too often. Nets for catching butterflies, poor creatures. I had so much fun with them.
I'm in the newspaper.
Attempted murder in La Romola. After the murder of Julia Kay, today her twin sister is the victim of another attempted murder. The condition of the young girl, found by the German troops, is no cause for concern. The political motive behind this is becoming all the more clear. But that's not what happened. It's all wrong. Mummy was the one who found me. The German soldiers shot me. Best to stay quiet. No one ever believes the truth. New ordinance ban on the use of bicycles. Over the last few days, cyclists have once again shot at members of the Italian armed forces and at civilians in the streets. The offenders will be punished in accordance with German
People are just
martial law.
riding bikes, doing their bikes doing drive-bys.
Even in Florence, the war is beginning to be felt. Supplies are starting to run out. Bread may only last a few more days. Prices are rising dramatically. Meat can now be found for 100 to 140 lira per kilo. The gas has been cut and there is no coal.
That's
The
war.
Battle of Tuscany. German operations in the Livorno area. Extremely violent fighting in the streets of the city.
Okay.
Daddy says that our wine, which is produced here, is extraordinary. I hate wine. I prefer beer. During deep winter, I would go to sleep snuggled by the fire and Nanny would get angry. Do you want to turn into a piece of charcoal, Julia? These plates are not ours. Nanny left them here. I remember them well.